Okay, first thing on the agenda is introductions. Anybody would like to introduce themselves? No? Everybody knows everybody. Number 2 is approval of April minutes. Can I have a motion to approve? Any discussion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Any discussion? No changes? Can I have a second? I'm moving the motion to approve. Any second?
Second.
Monica, second. All in favor to accept the minutes?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, number 3, discussion of team inspections and to take any action as necessary. I put down 3 addresses I just want to let everybody know about. First one, 1192 Burlington Avenue. This keeps reoccurring. He's a scrapper, and we went as far as to have it cleaned up last year by a contractor, and he's made a mess of the property again. So just going to ask Dick if he had any recommendations other than just, I gave him a 10-day notice again, Dick, just because it's new offenses. That was probably the right thing to do, right?
Yeah, and then turn us loose.
All right, and should we have it cleaned up again, or do you think we should just escalate it and have your office send him a letter maybe? If I go there and confirm it was, it's still blighted?
Are we been citing him or no?
No, we haven't cited him, we had it cleaned up, we could cite him.
Yes.
Yeah, that usually gets their attention if
All right.
we start citing them. And
Cool.
we'd be happy to start injunctive action if you want. Or both.
Okay. We'll issue some fines.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next one's 116, 122 High Street. That's been going on for 2 years now, and Don's here. He's going to give us a little update on the building code stuff. Are they doing anything now? Or?
They took the grits out.
Yeah.
But I think they have them somewhere else, working somewhere else, so nothing's been done. I think they opened it up so more weather gets in. But he took the siding off, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Because he's working on Park Street, Divinity Street.
Divinity, that's
Divinity.
71 Divinity?
He's redoing that one, trying to get that house up and working before he gets over to High Street. But no, nothing's been done. They took the grits out and haven't done anything.
Right. Dick, do you think we should write him a letter saying you haven't begun any work? You have to begin and work in the road?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been 2 years. Right?
Again, work or permit will be revoked. <clears throat> 25 Murray Road, Tim and I went out there. There's a complaint from the tenant about different stuff. A lot of it was electrical, and there was work that the owner had done without any permits. Do we need to go back, do you think? Or?
Well, he came in the next day,
Yeah.
2 days after, and said he did everything that was part of the electrical problem,
Yeah.
completed it all. I haven't gone back, but then he asked me a couple of questions about other things that he needed to do. According to him, he finished everything.
Yeah. Should we go back and re-inspect it then?
Pretty sure we probably should take a look at it.
All right.
When was the last time you went by Divinity Street?
I don't know. When do we go? Monday from there?
That's the 71.
Yeah.
It's
You got it all.
coming right along. I don't know if Don, have you been out there yet? I don't know.
Just once repairs.
Yeah.
It's
probably coming along.
They fired the last guy.
That's what I'm saying, because it's got X'd off, he's got caution tape up.
Isn't it
It's empty.
John? Tucko or
John's the new guy, they fired the last one.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but the building's empty, as far as,
Right. I just was wondering, because it looked like there was caution tape there for a reason, like something he had looked like he'd been there in a couple of days.
I think he goes for a week or so at equipment.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about that 116, 122 high, if we should move it along.
Same guy, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be working there.
We tore the siding off, and it's just whatever rain's coming, it's pouring in there.
Yeah, remember it was
It's
gonna be
worse.
like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
2 months ago. They were gonna go do Divinity for 2 weeks, and then they were gonna be at High Street.
These are both Camerars, though,
Right. All right, and then do you have the number of the guy for Murray? Can you set up?
I have it. I think I have it in the file at the office.
Right, if you could set something up and then let me know. Close that out. All right, any more team inspections you want to know?
Yeah, I got a couple here. Just an update, 23 Upson, you went out there too, right?
Yeah, I was just
He's
out
good.
there.
Yeah, he's going to be sending a set of plans to you and Don for a permit, so that'll get done. That's in the process. Bob and I went out to 325 Brook Street yesterday on a blight complaint, and we found quite a bit of blight there, and campers. It looks like it was being used, but we couldn't prove it. Seemed like somebody was living there, but we couldn't prove it. We couldn't get in the camper; it was locked.
What's the address?
325 Brook Street. So,
Did you leave a notice on
oh, we were with the owner,
Yeah.
so we weren't able
Well,
to
they
get
know
into
that.
it. Yeah, he knows. So he's got 30 days to clean up the property, and then he's going to start getting fines. 62 South Street Extension, if you remember that one, there's a permit out on that, the work's being done. 86 Stafford Avenue.
Did he give you a plan for that?
For 62, he has a permit, correct? 62, does that ring a bell? 62 South Street Extension? No? Well, the owner was hiring a contractor, so whether or not he pulled a permit or not.
Three family?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's right next door to 68. 86 Stafford Avenue. Dick, do you recall this property? It's the property on the corner of Fair and...
Asking still over there.
Yes, I
Yes.
know it well.
Okay. Well, that surfaced again, so wrote an order today. It's going to go out in the mail. She's got 15 days to finish cleaning up. Do you recall the deal that we had made with the vehicles in the yard?
Not off the top of my head. In fact,
Okay.
Guy, I think that might have been one of the first times we went to court.
Yeah.
And
There's got to be a file.
yeah, we've got a file.
Yeah, she had said that she had an agreement with the city to remove a certain amount of vehicles per year over a certain amount of years. I don't know how far it goes back.
Yeah, I think there was, and it was kind of okay for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's the house. Nothing's been done since William was alive. He put up the scaffolding.
Yeah.
It's still there, and she hasn't done any work on it at all. The place is really deteriorating. The barn in back is falling down. Said her son is taking it apart, which is scary. So we have to do something with it. Tom sent her an order to get it going.
Well, we'll pull out the old file.
Okay.
45, 47 Divinity, I was going to talk to the assessor about that. They wanted us to go out there and look at the siding and the roof. I guess it was under the tax abatement programs. Tom's not here, so... I went out and looked at a couple of properties on Dudley Street. Remember we went out to 8 Dudley last year? There's still a few outstanding things that had to be done there, so I'm going to be writing tickets for 12 and 14 Dudley and 8 Dudley. And that's all.
What kind of stuff is there?
At 8 Dudley, the gutters are still hanging off the building, and he was warned on that. That's one of Anthony's properties. So I can give him a ticket for the gutters, and then there's a car that's unlicensed and in disrepair in the driveway, so we'll get that taken care of. And then on Dudley Street, it's a paint issue. She was warned last year, and with a follow-up from Bob, found one of the folders that needed to be resolved, so I'll write her a ticket for that one.
All right.
Get that going.
Good.
But that's it, that's all I got.
All right, thanks. Does anybody else have anything? Karen? No?
Business as usual. You don't want to hear it all. We don't have enough time.
All right, we'll go to number 4 then. Discussion of new properties and interest committee members. 163 Maple Street, I'm just giving everybody a heads up. I don't know if it's vacant or not. I got a complaint, porch was falling off and it was blighted, and I went there and I can't tell whether I left a notice on the door, no one's called back yet, whether it is vacant or somebody's living there and it's kind of a recluse. So if anybody knows anything about that, or you get a complaint, let me know.
That's the one right next to what's-her-face's place, right? 187?
Yeah.
No, it's across the street from the other guy.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I think it's we call it. I think it's right next to
He's with a C.
Temporary.
No.
Joe Benaggio, we were out today.
Yeah.
That's Cohen, Ellen Cohen.
Oh.
But that's the one right next to it.
Yeah. They all blend in.
Yeah, okay, so that's where I was going.
Yeah, it's right next door. Yep.
So am I bright red now because of that thing? So.
At least you didn't do it in a Mexican accent.
Well, that might be coming.
And 108, 110 Prospect Street, give you an update on that. Those are almost all set for COs. I got the copies of the inspector's list right here. There's a few little things that need to be done in both, and then we'll be issuing COs for that. So it probably goes through most departments. Karen, are you going to be all set with that?
I'm all set with that, yeah, I
Okay.
just had one floor and one building.
All right. And you're taking care of the things that need to be done, right?
Oh, yeah, they may even be done already, but I have to check.
Okay,
with the
just make sure you get a hold of the contract, inspector. They go back.
Yeah, Don and Fran have to go back only, right?
Yes. Yep. Anybody else have any new properties they want to bring up?
26 Willis Street.
And that keeps coming up.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't recall ever being out there, but you
Well,
said...
if you come up after the meeting, we'll pull out the file. That's the one that Mr. Cameron owns.
Yeah, sir.
In the garage, told him to fix garage.
Yeah, is that like a weird three-family?
I have an inspection tomorrow, so
okay.
I haven't been out there yet.
So
We'll look
that's
at
up
our file.
for Thursday?
11
Thursday.
o'clock.
11. So
Okay.
that was one, maybe Tim wants to come along too. if you-
Yeah, there's a 3-family.
Okay.
All right, and number 5, update of demolition orders, take any action necessary. I have orders on these properties, 6 Ridge Road, 51 Pleasant View Avenue, 163 King Street, and 36 Eastview. It's on there. We had to reissue the order, and it came back again. It's undeliverable. We sent it to the address for the bank. So,
36 Eastview, I've been in that one. I'm friends with the listing owner. You can get to the bank through him. I have his cell phone if you want it.
all right, yeah, maybe you can give that to Tom, and we can...
Sure, if you want to know.
Because the order keeps coming back as undeliverable.
That's a house that he has it listed, and he's hoping he'll sell to some investor. It wasn't a deal for me though. His name is Chad Crooks, Crookes, 860-877-9333. And he's the listing agent.
Okay, we'll call him.
So you can get the bank through him.
6 Ridge Road, there's been no opposition to the demolition order, so that's probably going to happen. It's going to come down this week or next. 51 Pleasant View Avenue, Dick's working with the bank, and hopefully they'll sell it. We won't have to demolish it, which is good news. 163 King Street, another one that we had no response from the bank or anybody, so it's probably going to come down. And it's been vacant for 5 or 6 years. All right, number 6, new business. A few of us went to the 37th Annual Fair Housing Conference, and there's some handouts up here if anybody's interested. Dave went, Haberfeld, and it was pretty good. It was good information. There were some scary people there too, but for the most part, it was good information, and I think it will be beneficial to us when we're moving forward with things. Did you want to add anything, Anne Marie? I don't think there's anything really to add to that. It's just...
Hoarding conference.
Oh, the hoarding conference, that's coming up, and there's handouts here. Went to it last year. It was really good. We'll probably do that again. It's May 25th. So if anybody's interested, the flyers are up here. And that's been a great help for us.
I registered and I purchased the book. You have to buy the book separately through a different website for the credit card. It's like the only one to get them to me. I don't know if it's copyright infringement. If I get it, and just copy it for whoever else goes. But it's a separate charge besides the registration. That's May 25th.
Yeah. And then, under new business too, I want to bring up something that we're doing with Monica and I. The motor vehicle licenses. We've, in the past, if someone's going to open up a motor vehicle dealership, repair facility, we were waiving the process to go back before the zoning commission. It's required under state statute. It's not clear whether you have to or you don't have to, but we waived it here. In other towns and cities, you have to go back for every time there's a change of ownership, and then the commission will set conditions on that approval, and it gives the zoning officer in that town or city something to hold on to when they're doing enforcement. So there isn't junk cars and discarded auto parts and stuff. So we've been in discussions with the planner and corporation counsel, and we're going to begin sending people back every time there's a change of ownership. Because the old ones that have been approved, there's no site plan. It doesn't limit how many vehicles can be parked on the property. It doesn't limit service, hours, anything. And Monica gets complaints and she can't enforce it because there's nothing to enforce. So that's just a general thing I want to update you on.
So what are you going to be doing? You're going to be issuing a license?
We're going to require that they go back before the zoning commission. It's under the state statute. They go to the local zoning authority. It changes. One year it's the ZBA, then they give it to the zoning commission. So the way the wording is now, I think it's the zoning commission. So they go to the zoning commission like for a special permit, something like that, and they would have to provide a site plan to show how many cars they're going to have. And it would relate to how many parking spaces they have on a site. And, more vehicle dealers are, they get as many vehicles as they can fit on the lot.
So would that be a permit?
Dave?
Dick, would that be a permit that we could withhold if there's back taxes due?
No,
Why?
I don't think there's any statutory authority for that. I'd like it to be.
If they needed a building permit, we could withhold that part.
But the municipality may withhold any permit or license.
I thought it was just a building permit.
So I know that's because we recently looked into it for water and
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Well, I have to look at it. Statute. Let me know. That's something. Because we've had issues. There's a Gulf station on Broad Street that it turned out we got a call because he had jumped the service panel to allow one of the units that didn't have electricity to have electricity. There was all kinds of stuff there. And then there was 3 or 4 people that were selling cars that didn't have a legal motor vehicle license. So that precipitated this whole process. And then how many cars do they have in the back? 100 cars or more. Just so you know, kind of thing that we face with that. So, any questions on that? Okay.
The guy at SkyTop contacted me because I used to own that place, and he's just having a hard time figuring out exactly what he should do.
We can talk afterwards.
Okay.
It's complicated, but it's not.
Right.
Well, he's making it complicated.
I was just going to ask him, he should
simple.
go through zoning again, right? To try to get that the four car for sale rule changed?
No, he needs to go before the zoning commission.
Zoning commission, right.
He also
That's what
wants to
should do,
use the
right?
property next door as part of his,
He called me and told me that was shot down because it just doesn't work, right? Is that?
it's not in the zone, or?
It's more to the story then.
Okay.
He's trying to do 10 things instead of one at a time. But I can explain it to you
Okay.
in detail after.
Okay.
But that motor vehicle, that's the location that started turning my hair gray.
I'm glad I'm not there anymore.
Yeah, because you contributed to a few. Because it's an old one, the approval doesn't make sense for that location. And it's a tough location, because if you want to do a business that's going to make some money, you need to sell more than 4 cars.
Yeah. Just so you know, I can fit 30 cars on that lot. Ask
I
me
know,
if
Dave. I know. All right, any more questions on that? Under old business, I just wanted to thank Sherry Pierce for getting our building permits on the website. So we have new fees. She's helped us out a lot with that, so thanks.
No problem. Can we back up to new business for a sec?
Sure.
Because I wanted to ask about basketball hoops in the street.
Okay.
So, especially for Corp Council to weigh in if we could, is there any history on this and enforcement actions? I know it keeps coming up and we don't really have a clear
I was
direction.
going to say, it's zoning, it's not a zoning issue.
No, it wouldn't be.
They're in the street, and
Right.
we don't take care of it.
I had one just a couple weeks ago, we had an issue with,
Yep.
and I called over to the police department, and then they said Public Works handled it. So I sent it over to Joe Monet, and he handled it. They actually moved it out of the street, put it in the person's yard, left them a notice. So I think that's how it's...
And I remember being a zoning officer, the police going and telling people, okay, you got to get it out of the street and keep it there. So it bounces
Yeah.
back and forth.
And that came from Ed Spiros.
Right, I spoke with Ed, and
Okay.
he kind of bumped it
But
back too.
There's that obstruction in the right-of-way, there's a city ordinance, obstructions, and
Right,
so it falls under that ordinance, so it can be enforced by the police, can be enforced by someone on Public Works who has the authority under the citation officer
right,
to enforce it too.
okay.
So that's what you got to use, is that,
I know there's not always clearly an owner, though. I mean, the thing
well,
is
then you
sitting
take
there.
it and you throw it in the back of the truck.
I mean, and if
Bring it down
that's,
to the
you know,
yard.
if that's our method, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. If it's in a public space, it's
Yeah.
our property, right? You
Yeah.
can go and just throw it out.
Yeah, usually there's kids and you just say, look, you got to get it out of the street. You know, people are complaining.
Should we do some kind of outreach to notify residents?
How about, what's it called?
Press release?
Yeah, press release.
I don't have a problem pushing it out. I've got the communication channels for that,
Okay,
but I'm
yeah.
not
No, that
going
would
to do
be-
the verbiage. I can work
If you
with
could do
Corp
that, that
Council.
would be great. And maybe pass it through Dick, what you want to say, and then,
Okay.
My peach basket has to come off the telephone pole?
Scary, scary.
Whatever.
oh, yes.
What they go here.
All right, do we have any more business? Anybody else want to bring anything up?
Last one, I swear.
I didn't want anybody to raise their hands.
I believe you. I was expecting Tom to be here. Last month or a couple months ago, he had brought up 106 Laurel Street for the tax freeze.
Yes, that went through. We're going to, that's
good.
going to the council.
It's okay without him here? Okay, great.
Yeah, because we had voted to approve it once you had finished those
Subject
items.
to-
So, again, putting the cart before the horse, Dave, but that's okay, you know? We don't mind going the extra mile for you.
Thank you, guys.
We do, we really need it, don't we, Tom? You didn't get it. You get stuff done, and then you put the application in, and then we do it all.
So, sometimes I'm in a
Goes a lot
rush.
easier
guy.
that way.
There you go.
Any more issues anybody wants to bring up? No? All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Monica, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second it. All in favor? Thank you.